Welcome to my summary review of the CADPXS, however they pronounce the name of their company, the CADPXS, Shield 550 air mover. Wanted to make this review after my experience with it, wanting to use it as a negative pressure machine and a hazardous dust filter and remediation unit. Wanted to show you a little bit about this product if you're considering possibly buying it. First, CADPXS, who are they? Well, my experience, at least with this product, tells me that they're a Chinese company that has several individuals in the United States handling logistics and customer support. But you're not dealing with a U.S. company, which, if you watch their videos on YouTube, is implied by the actors that they have doing the video and making like they're installing units out of a van, that sort of thing. Now, this unit, first of all, arrived in this box. You can see the holes in it that are punched by the feet of the unit. Both times I received this unit, the box was damaged the same way because all you have for packing or immobilizing the unit is two small pieces of styrofoam, which don't do a very good job. So the box takes some beating in transit. And I had to order two of these units to get a one that was working. The first unit came with a very common defect, and I'll show you that later. But the second one did come intact until I had to send it to the factory for repair of a defect. And it came back broken with the same problems that the first unit did. The shortcomings have to do with design. First of all, what's positive about the design? The rotomolded case, very nice fitting product, and the way that it is hinged and things, it looks to be rather durable. It is a two-stage filter. The first is this pocket right here, which is designed for a pre-filter to keep larger dust out of the HEPA filter. And the second is the HEPA filter compartment. The filter's been removed. It is advertised as an OSHA-approved HEPA filter, but how that could be, I have no idea because of the defects I've found with both of the generations of this product. This one's slightly improved from the first one I got, which arrived with gaps in the gaskets around the filter. And that those gaps would have clearly let air bypass the filter without a problem. The second unit, the gasket made it all the way around the unit. It's not die cut. It's actually like a tape gasket that's just applied in a continuous manner. But what you can't really see in the picture is this gasket crushes. It has no spring to it. So after you've shut the front of the unit and put the HEPA filter in, the gasket never rebounds or puts any pressure against the mating surface. So the gasket material that's used ends up practically worthless. One of the other things about this unit, which you can't see from this side very easily, is there's a pretty significant gap between the impeller of the blower that moves the air and the back side of the case. That leads to a lack of ability to sustain any static pressure, which is what you want when you're trying to create negative pressure in a room and attract all the hazardous dust into your filter for capture. So that's one functional defect of the design. Besides the fact that the filter material is not springy. Let's move over to the top, and then I'll show you the defect most commonly reported, which this unit also has. There's a running time meter on the top of this device. However, it records hours plugged into the wall, not hours the unit has been run, which is not what a running meter is supposed to do. They were going to correct this for me at their warehouse, but the unit got returned to me uncorrected. That's a story I'll tell you in a minute. There is also a pressure indication for filter change and a speed control, although you find that this does not vary the speed much at all. And of course, a outlet that allows you to daisy chain units. But this is the main problem besides the gap in the unit. If you can see this from the side, you see the motor is actually broken away from the finger guard, which serves as its mounting substrate. This is a defect in this unit which has been well reported. This unit first came without it, but it has to do with the design of the unit. They use spacers, which are too big for the screws, which allows the screw to migrate. And what eventually happens is that the screws pull the thread. They're only seated into this motor several millimeters, but the screws pull the actual thread out of the motor. So there's nothing left to drive the screw into because the threads get pulled out. So not only is there inadequate screw depth, they use a screw that has a beveled nose so it doesn't engage the whole thread all the way to the max depth. And that with the distortion that occurs with the improper length spacers just is a recipe for disaster. And as you can see, the blower ends up floating around. The first one I received had all 4 screws broken. This one has 3 of 4. Now, this unit originally did have all 4 screws in. However, when I returned the unit to the address that the company had given me and the label that they actually provided me, turned out they didn't check it and they sent it to the wrong address. So this unit went all the way across the country and then was returned to me as undeliverable. And that plus the lousy box, and I can grab one of the 2 styrofoam immobilizing inserts, only 2 of these, which only immobilize the top of the unit, and really they're not very effective at that. This came back to me broken. So I'm giving up on this product because I just can't go through this anymore. I need an air filter that works. But this should give you an idea of the quality, quality of customer support, quality of design of this unit, so that you have actually seen it and understand it a little bit better before you might make a choice to acquire one and then find out, like many other people on Amazon, you have to buy 3 units to get a good one. And then again, your runtime meter, unless they fixed it in the meantime, won't actually work. It will run up whenever the unit's plugged in but turned off, which is not, again, the way it's supposed to work. So this is going to conclude my brief review of the Shield 550 air mover filter. If it was designed great, then this would work wonderfully. If it was packaged well for shipment, it probably would arrive at the premise that you're getting it at without any potential for breakage. However, neither of those are the case, and that's rather unfortunate. I've made the company aware of this and felt at first they didn't even take me serious. It was more or less just keep returning it until you get a good one. And then afterwards, the shipping label they sent me having a wrong address on it. Really? Well, anyhow, that's about all I have to say. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below.